Hi, my name's Allison. I'm a psychic medium and a farmer. Today's day 31 of Milking My Cow on TikTok. Today I want to talk about the immense, incredible depth of knowledge that we can receive through those big transitions of life, which are birth and death. And that's also going to be a segue into Penny's birth story and video of her actual birth, if you would care to see it. So as Poppy was in early labor on Wednesday with Penny, I had this overwhelming feeling to acknowledge the balance of yin and yang energy during birth and death. During our entrance and exit into our meat suits or hoof suits, there is an incredible amount of knowledge, experience that we can get just from observing the process of birth and death. We don't even have to be the one giving birth, being born, or transitioning to our spirit selves once more. Is there always a balance of yin and yang energy during these moments? No. But when it is in balance, the most beautiful things and the most beautiful information can be passed on to us. I experienced this firsthand during the final days of my grandfather, the passing of my grandmother, the passing of my mother, and various livestock and family pets that I've had throughout the years. When we are in touch with our yin energy, our divine feminine energy, we are able to be soft and present and let these emotions flow from us, through us, into us. It's a beautiful thing to receive love and experience love in this critical moment of our lives. On the other hand, we do need that yang energy. We need to be in the here and now. We need the physical strength to power through, either push that baby out, either let that soul pass through, or be someone in the room or area vicinity to act as a support and make sure that this transition is not about us, but supporting the person or persons or animals going through the transition. This spring, one of our chickens passed away from old age. She was about 5 years old, and I could see a couple days beforehand that she just wasn't doing well. I wrote about this in detail on Substack soon after it happened, but I want to give the gist of it here. The message that I received as I held this chicken in my arms and I held it as it passed away is, you know those big box stores like Target or Best Buy or something big like that, they have these two sets of big doors at the entrance. And when you're in between those two doors, you have this whoosh of air. And if it's hot outside, it's a nice cool whoosh. And if it's cold outside, it's a nice warm whoosh. Well, when we experience death, people in the observation, not going through that transition or the transition of birth, we're outside of that first set of exterior doors, and the person or animal that is going through the transition is walking through that door. So they open up that first door, and we see them have the whoosh of cleansing, either warming or cooling air. Think about the relief that we feel when all of that is just covering our bodies as we, in this analogy, go through the actual store. Well, that whoosh of air is also the knowledge, the insight, the love, the emotion, the everything that that person is experiencing as they make that transition. When we are willing to be present and stand right outside of those doors, we can feel that whoosh of air coming out. It doesn't hit us like the person or animal that's actually going through the transition, but us as observers and present and grounded and our hearts open, we feel this whoosh of the emotion, the knowledge, the love, the beauty of the experience of life and death. And then we cheer them on from the exterior door as our loved one, whether it be four legs, 2 legs, or no legs, glide on through into the store, which is the other side. Now we can still see them from the outside, that first set of doors, but we're cheering them on all the way till they walk into the store and into their next phase of life. With that being said, this is my opening for the wonderful and beautiful experience of Poppy's birth to Penny. I do have some pictures and I do have video footage of the actual live birth happening. I will put a disclaimer up if you're like, I don't want to see the miracle of life because I'm eating lasagna. That's great, and you can just swipe after that. But Cricket's so excited about it, she just peed herself. That's how good it is. So with that being said,
Greetings. It is 8:10 p.m. on November 12th, and about an hour and a half ago, my husband went out for evening milking, and Cricket would not leave Poppy down in the field. Cricket always makes her way up to the barn because she knows she gets treats and she gets milked. So that was a very clear indicator that we needed to go check out what's going on with Poppy. She was just showing signs that she had started early labor. That one detail we didn't have earlier this afternoon was the fact that she had some mucus coming out from her cash and prizes, which now was happening as of 7 p.m. So we coerced Poppy and Cricket back up to the barn. We were able to milk Cricket. I'm here chilling the milk while my husband is continuing to prepare for the calf. So other signs of early labor that we are seeing with Poppy now is that she's raising her tail as if she was going to poop, but she's not pooping. She's restless, she's walking around in circles, she's trying to lay up and down. If you have ever experienced the miracle of life yourself, you know how uncomfortable that first part of early labor is when your body's like, oh shit, something's happening, what's going on? So that's what Poppy's doing right now. That can happen anywhere from 2 to 6+ hours. It can be longer for first-time heifers, which Poppy is a first-time heifer, which means this is her first baby. That's what that means.
Because I think I see the sack here. Yeah, we gotta check for hooves. Yeah, Poppy. Oh, Poppy. Yes, sweet girl. Yes, sweet girl. Head's coming. I see nose. I see eyes. Oh my gosh.
I think it's 300 watts.
Thanks for joining me on day 31, and see you tomorrow in some way, shape, or form.